When I talk about representation, I mean it every single fucking time I speak on it. 1 year, this kid right here that you supported for these last 12, 13 years, 1 year, 5 main event pay-per-views for Swerve Strickland. I don't just speak about representation, I go out there and prove the fucking thing. And I only make it this far is because of you people right here chanting, whose house? Every single city, every single arena, every stadium, whether it's the United States or if it's in London. In front of 50,000, 80,000, I don't care if it's 200. I always want to hear y'all chant, whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for the merchandise. Get home safely. And one last thing, just for my amusement, fuck Booker T.
Can I just say that AEW, Tony Khan, can I just get on my knees real quick? Let me just say thank you. Thank you for letting a nigga eat tonight. This is the perfect situation to say for me to say that, because I don't say that word all that often anymore. But ooh, what a fine meal to get it, to be able to get to grab a hold of tonight, because it is an AEW. It won't be professional wrestling. It is an AEW. It isn't the modern culture of today that when you hear, especially when you hear the words black people, virtue signal, or whatever you want to call it, and in this situation too, I'm black, and what was me? Remember that? When I refer back to that, and this is where we at. Swerve, swerve, swerve. Oh man. You see, this is why I have the mindset, because what did I say? This is why I said, this is why I have the mindset when it comes to black people today, especially in America. Oh, absolutely. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about your little, y'all know what I'm talking about. The niggas that wear chains, the pants is way behind, strapped to their fucking bottom knees, cackling. Those are the niggas that I'm talking about. That I can't stand those types of niggas. I don't. And you know what I hate worse? You know what I hate worse than niggas? Swerve Strickland. And when I say that, pretty sure y'all familiar with somebody that is named, I can't talk like that because, oh well, yeah, I am on YouTube and we know how we get down there. Oh, but if I'm not tap dancing, they will be watching closely. But yeah, back to what I was about to mention. I'm pretty sure y'all know Kendrick Lamar is such an artist that he is. Well, especially in these days. But as I was still a wee boy going out to school, I did. I like his music. And just like everybody else, probably myself included, nobody's perfect. Because Kendrick definitely has some demons to battle himself. And you might ask, why am I bringing up Kendrick Lamar? Why am I trying to drag him in this situation? Like I said, we all know we're not all that perfect. I'm pretty sure, of course, in the battle too that y'all enjoy with him and Drake, that of course, I mean, obviously people like Drake, especially celebrities, are shitty people. That's no question there. But Kendrick, you can also put Kendrick in the same category, because you know why? Yeah. And, people like to use the phrase, because Kendrick mentioned that, like how, and I know you heard that too, like where he said that, it's almost like where he made a song, or where he referred to as like, he's not your savior. So don't look to him as if, because he's human just like everybody else. And I feel like that was always also another thing to just because another thing to dodge criticism and to say that, oh, you can't challenge, oh, he said that he not y'all savior, or while also like it's just so fucking laughable. Y'all pretty know what y'all know where I'm getting at though. Y'all know where I'm getting at though, and that's where Swerve comes into play. I like because all with that with the Houdini Act. Remember that Kendrick Lamar pulled at the Super Bowl, and of course with the whole Uncle Samuel L. Jackson, and Trump was there. Oh yeah, and they had such themes that such underlying themes that Kendrick played, where it's like, oh yeah, black people. Oh yeah, if you say a couple of lines like 40 acres and a mule, oh, that's supposed to, oh, it's the black man coming back down on to the white man. Oh, and he's fighting back. He's saying it loud and proud. And like I said, I say that, I bring all this up, I make it relevant, of course, because I like to refer Swerve Strickland. That's perfectly put. I like to refer, congratulations, Swerve, because you got a new nickname. Because I like to refer Swerve Strickland up, the Kendrick Lamar of professional wrestling. And I'm pretty sure y'all know why that is. And y'all saw that clip. Wow. If it wasn't, because you can say what you want to say. I mean, of course, we've had our black wrestlers. Obviously, we know how, I'm pretty sure too, how prejudiced, even if WWE doesn't want to say that or not, they don't have to say it or not, or places like that back then. Hell, like I said, Vince is all in all, when we get down to it, he's probably not even or whether your criticisms about him may be, and or WWE as a whole, they're probably not even actually racist. But we know back in those days, especially when a company like WWE was coming up, oh yeah, racism was rampant. You better believe it. And you had your Ron Simmons, of course. You had your, that's probably like, or people probably try to say The Rock, but The Rock is indeed black. Or, I mean, you had your black wrestlers, but I can only be so little, but they weren't on the level as a Hulk Hogan or even a Rock. Or, just like what I'm about to say now, they weren't even on the level as what Booker T was coming up in the 90s throughout the 2000s, because, yeah, like, it's unfucking believable how, and I say another thing, people like to, because I was going at it, it was kind of funny too, because I was going at it on Twitter back and forth, because oh my god, I love doing it. Ever since the battle between Kendrick and Drake, I've been cooking these Kendrick Lamar fangirls. It's been so, like, these radical black, these fake ass wannabe radical, or so try hard BLM, like I've been cooking them so fucking hard. It's been so hilarious too. That of how it's a long story, but if like. Because I said which we'll probably talk about someday, but Drake, when it comes to like Kendrick Lamar's initial rise to fame and how Drake played a part, and I'm a believer right there, because without Booker T, Swerve, where the fuck would you be? Where the fuck would black wrestlers, somebody like a Bobby Lashley, Obe Femi, almost just the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston, where would black or Bianca Belair, black wrestlers that are all over the roster, where would they be today? Where would that? You could probably say it in a similar sense, but where, like I said, without somebody like a Booker T, where the fuck would they be? But like I said, you could probably have a case being at the type of time we in, and where virtue signaling is the pandering is the new marketing scheme for companies. Sure, but like I said, I mean, we're talking about still even in the 2000s where black wrestlers, and this is still at a time where you still think that racism, I mean, of course, while still prevalent, but, you know, you would almost think that it would be a non-existent. Nah, Booker T was, like I said, he didn't have to say it. He didn't have to go out there and play many march about how he was pro-black this and pro-black that. Because that's what I like to say also. It's not about, because I could care less about color, as what we all come together and we all put each other on. That's what it's about. True representation is the human race. That's color. I could give a fuck about color. And that's what Booker T did. Not only for black wrestlers, but almost like that. Let me rephrase that actually. But not only for, of course, not for only for like just trailblazing as usual, but also for black wrestlers. He did that. Part of the reason why black wrestlers have a spot in professional wrestling the way they do today. So I don't want to hear shit. And yeah, Swerve is just, of course, being in AEW because he got Tony Khan, and he might be giving you your little massive paycheck, and now you think you can do whatever you think you want to do, and you want that Kendrick Lamar shit. I'm pro black this, I'm that. I'm a Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. So I get to say this and that about how black people they're so fucking oppressed still to this day. It's laughable. It's really laughable. And on another note, like I said, of course, being as there still is racism, especially when it comes to black people in America, for sure. But it, as I said, black people want to pretend so bad to say that they want to be so bad, and they aren't even a tenth of that. Especially the type of niggas that listen to Lil Baby, Future, Sexy Red, all you know what I'm talking about when I say that. When I refer to that reality TV shit, the type of shit when you talk about Aaron the Plumber or 50 Cent. Yeah, that's all I got to say. And they they glorify such shit, and then at the same time, we all pro-black. We down for the culture. Swerve is the coon Booker T. Swerve is the coon he thinks Booker T is, and that's on facts. And just like the last video I just saw, because all up to this point, just like the last video I spit, or how you had all these in the comments, of course, the usual, how they calling me an Uncle Ruckus. Of course, bro, I can laugh at that. I'm already knowing what I'm gonna get in the comments, regardless of the fact. But just to the ones out there too, that, of course, I mean, you agree with it. I like to also engage in a really logical conversation too, because even though you was like the ones out there who's gonna agree with me, you can also have a difference in opinion also as well, and try to challenge what I'm saying here. But yeah, it's really distasteful. It's really laughably bad. The fact that when I probably had a sense where looking at Swerve, where not only just I could care less about when it came to his professional wrestling, but yeah, I mean, I definitely could have saw this coming for 5 years ago. Seeing that how, especially when it comes to a company like AEW, if he was in a company like AEW already, and already getting to now see him talk, since he's now in AEW, and Tony Khan, and that place all over there is all about, virtue signalists and that, and the rainbow clouds, men pretending to be women. yeah, he feels like he's in his place to where he can be on that rah fake ass shit. But there we go. Yeah, I've definitely not that I did it in the first place, but yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely knew that Swerve, I guess as a person or whatever, is that I guess he has his place to where he can open up his mouth, and he has his idiots that will flock behind him, and that's that. I do hope also, when Booker respond, I hope just like he was, like, of course he had it. I didn't even expect, but like being that the man he is, the black man that he is, without Swerve having no idea what it was like for a black man like Booker T coming up, especially in those times to where black people had no rights at all. But yeah, I hope that if Booker T does respond to this, that because like I said, it's Triple H there, so he probably does have, like, he'll probably most likely do, as he has been cooking DG Vlad on Twitter. If you know, you know. But I do hope that Booker T is the bigger man in this and has a role to play. Even try to, like, really teach, even though he still probably will get cooked, even though he would probably still get disrespected and put down by Swerve, and how he's Uncle Tom this and that, over a skit that happened by a fictional, that was said, of an N-word that was said by a fictional character, an old white rich business executive with an empire, that was a character by that point that was out of touch, and we know the character of Vince McMahon, pretty sure. So yeah, like I guess all I got to say now is fuck Swerve Strickland, and eat shit.